What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Gonna break my no gecko rule on the videos again, and for good reason. So let's go, because this one, pretty cool. Okay, so anybody can breed crested geckos. That doesn't necessarily make you a gecko breeder in my eyes, unless you're doing it on a large scale. Me having a couple pairs doing it here and there, no, they do that. But as many of you know, I've gotten into the Australian stuff, the golden spiny tail geckos, Strophurus tenicata. And if you look those up, they're really beautiful. There's a lot of beautiful geckos out of Australia, but these ones were the first ones I learned of, and they've always stood out to me. Years ago, I put together a group of 3 unrelated females and then eventually sourced an unrelated male. So I have 1.3 in an enclosure living together, doing really well. They've been giving me eggs this year. Well, I was hoping some of these eggs would hatch soon, and I'm here to pleasantly and happily tell you we have our very first golden spiny-tailed gecko baby. And look how tiny. I mean, that's my finger right there. I'm so excited. I'm also so nervous of losing this thing. Now, there are a couple other eggs in here, so I have to be very delicate with this egg container. I don't want to jostle it. I know which egg is empty and which one this little bubba came out of. So we're going to leave it there for a sec, but I'm going to show you the little temporary housing that I got set up for babies that I've just kind of been waiting for the day to put to use. So let's check this out. Okay, so this over here is where I raised all 3 of those females, and not all of them are set up. I just have a UV light on them just for some ambient, and it's been so warm, as you can see from me sweating profusely, that I don't need the heat lights on. It's already in the 80s up in here. So these are perfect little gecko enclosures. I've got branches, logs, and stuff. And basically I'll set the first little one up in here. I just filled up some water in there, give them a few days, and bring home some fruit flies and start feeding the little booger. And hopefully some more start hatching over the coming weeks, and I can sort of like organize them in groups. And if more hatch out, then we'll probably do away with this and do like a deli cup system, suspended lights over all of them, whatever works. So but either way, I'm super excited. I don't even care how freaking hot it is in here. I am so stoked. That is so cool. That thing is so microscopic. Every little quiver of my hand, I'm holding my breath, trying not to shake and drop and everything, but you see every little tremble and tremor in my hand just because, like, that thing is so tiny, and to focus on it is just amazing. I can't wait for more to hatch out. It's so cool. These are going to be awesome. Everybody who's coming to Pomona, gonna have some Strophurus on the table. Super stoked. Very, very stoked. I want to actually thank Landon from Geckdolando and Lucas Lee of Centralian Exotics. They've both produced these animals before and are big gecko fans, and were willing to let me sort of stress vent when I was getting eggs and sort of making sure I had everything dialed in. And they guided me along the way and reassured me I was doing everything good. So here we are. That's awesome. That's really cool. Oh, what a great day. End of the day. Anyway, I gotta get back to some clean before it continues to get even hotter in here. Hopefully there will be more happening worthy of picking up the camera. Maybe that other egg will hatch, maybe not. We'll see. I don't know. Pretty stoked. Guys, you're not gonna believe this. That second egg hatched while I was at work. So those first 2 eggs that I got that were laid, where one I thought was actually ruptured and bad, I still incubated it. It hatched. So we've got 2. The siblings are together. So here's some footage of the little one. Super stoked. That means we've got 2 of these little guys so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more eggs incubating. Whew. And they could be laying more soon too. It's pretty cool. Very, very excited for Tinakata. These things are Australian little jewels, man. Very happy. Ah, so cool. If you don't have geckos, even just for like one little side project, you need some. They're so much fun. Just find a really cool, unique one for you. That's what I did. Take a look at how small these eggs are. Okay, those are little granules of hatch right there. That's the palm of my hand. That is not much bigger than like a big green pea. Like, insane how small these little geckos are, dude. Just wild. And we got more coming. All right, so it's been a few days, and those 2 geckos have been settling in and doing exactly what I expect little baby geckos to do, finding branches to bask and blend into, bark to hide on, and ultimately doing exactly what the adults do. Today, I am going to be giving them their first feed. I'm going to be giving them a little bit of fruit flies. They are that small. It's either fruit flies or pinhead crickets for those little guys. So those are the options when they're that little. And yeah, just a couple at a time. Don't want to overdo it and stress them out, but first feeding is definitely happening. To give you an idea how small they are, the adults will actually, happily eat some of these like medium crickets in here. I usually dish out about 5 to 6 or so per gecko as far as adults go. So that's kind of my diet for them. For the most part, you can do dishes of mealworms and little dubias. They will go for them after all that movement in the dish. I use a lot of calcium with D3. I give them a nice hot basking spot around 90 degrees. They have a very, very diverse thermal gradient, vertically, forward, back, up, down, left, right, sideways, you name it, in the enclosure. So they have a lot of options. And they also have a 10% UVB light over them, an LED UVB light, in fact, that has been running for, I don't know, probably 4 years now. But yeah, been solid, and they're super healthy. We just pulled a couple more eggs, and these females are non-stop. We've got 2 babies hatched, 7 eggs incubating, and I imagine there are more to go, considering we've only just begun hitting the warmer months. So if these are as gecko-y as geckos can be, from what I can tell, they're gonna just keep producing. So as you can tell, I'm a snake breeder. But since those things are so tiny, really hard to film, let's take a look at some of the parents, right? Let's get an idea of what these beautiful things grow into. Say hello to my little friend. This is a male golden spiny tailed gecko. You can see where they get that name from. Golden. They don't have much in the way of spines, I'm being completely honest. There's little tiny bumps, but not much. But this is my male. He is super, super pretty. Handsome dude. Settled in very nicely. And the one thing that's really cool about these geckos is that they'll sit on your hand and just chill like this. They're not flighty. They're not trying to take off. I don't have to restrain them. They kind of understand that I'm just scooping them up and we're just hanging out, and there's nothing really to be afraid of. They're very curious little guys. They will hop, so you do need to be mindful. And they're small and delicate, so you don't want them to get hurt. But they are kind of bold and confident little geckos. As you can see, this guy's about 4.5 inches or so, including tail. So not a very large species. And I keep 1.3, that's 1 male and 3 females, in an 18 by 18 by 24 that has custom foam rock work made to look like red Australian sort of desert sand. A bunch of branches. These guys do like to perch on branches throughout the day and kind of blend in and do some cryptic basking. They will hide out under ledges and on ledges throughout the day, so make sure you give them lots of options. And these guys become little velociraptors for bugs once lights are out. So that's this little dude. I'm gonna see if I can get a hold of my favorite female and show you why. All right, this happens to be my favorite female of the three, and she unfortunately is going into shed. She's very dark and wrinkly right now, but she has the gold stripe that goes furthest up her back, and she is just exceptional. I do believe I got some eggs from her a week ago. Whoop. Get her back in frame here. She's a little shy. I don't handle them very often, but they tolerate it, as you can see. I really love the contrast of just that like white background, black spots, and red eyes. Let's see if I can get you in focus here. No. There we go. So you can see the red eye there. Super pretty. But all three of my females, hang on, mama. All three of them have varying degrees of how far that gold stripe goes up their back. And not a single one has ever sprayed the sticky goo that they are known for spraying out of their tail when they get stressed out. I did have a male that unfortunately passed away before I was ever able to introduce him to the group, and one time I was taking photos of him and he sort of squirted a little bit of that sticky goo on my fingers. Otherwise, they're really chill. I imagine it's probably more something you see out of their wild relatives. But yeah, this is my favorite lady right here. She's so pretty. For anybody who is new to my channel, this is their enclosure. LED UVB light, basking lamp, halogen, 25 watt, custom rock work, bunch of branches. As you can see, there's shady nooks everywhere. Gecko poop everywhere, of course. You gotta clean that from time to time. Water dish, nest box that has been very active as of late. They can hide up in that little screen crack. They can literally get everywhere, and under that ledge back there, there's even a little pocket underneath that they can get onto underneath back here. And so they just, yeah, they've kind of got a nice palace. They do really well. And after 4 years of raising them up and finally getting a male in, and they're dropping eggs, I think that validates the husbandry. So it does need a little refresh, some new moss added. Take a toothbrush and scrub some of the urates and stuff, and maybe clean up some of the old shed. As I've mentioned before, these geckos don't eat their shed. They drop it and let it hang everywhere. So I call it their dirty laundry. These geckos leave their dirty laundry everywhere. So there you have it. Again, breaking my no gecko video rule again. I don't care. I'm done caring about that. I hope you guys really appreciate seeing these geckos. They're very rare. At the time I purchased my first group, those 3 females, you could find them on Morph Market. You could find them on various breeders' websites. You could find them on Fauna Classifieds. Now I can't find them anywhere. All I see are the northern spiny tails, the Ciliaris, some of the Williams eye. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of love, and if they're out there, people are keeping them close to their chest. Obviously, they know why these things are so cool. So yeah, they used to be, I wouldn't say common, but they used to be mildly available. Now I don't see any available. So I'm really excited that I've got babies hatching, more to come in the future. And for those of you who are going to be attending Pomona, it looks like I'll have at least 2 that should be mature enough to go to the show and find new homes. So with any luck, that 3rd egg that I found at the time of those first 2 eggs will hatch soon, and maybe we'll have 3 babies available at Pomona. So wish me luck there. But that's going to about do it for this video. Still waiting on the Super Zebra to drop eggs. We got a pre-lay shed out of that Brettles, and we're just kind of paying attention to what everything's doing. Darwin eggs should be hatching any day now, so it's about to get real fun. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. Go check out my sponsors, give them some love. Reptile Husbandry Designs for all the 3D printed awesome stuff for your snakes, your enrichment stuff, anything. It doesn't have to be the snakes, even geckos. Go hit them up. Use code RR10 to get you 10% off at checkout. That'll save you some money. My other sponsor, Reptiles Express, they are a leader in reptile shipping. They are fantastic. You can get all your shipping supplies, print out labels and everything like that from them. They're a one-stop shop with everything you need. Use code Riley50 to get you 50% off of the FedEx standard rates, and that's good for up to 10 labels per customer, so that's going to save you a lot of money. With that money you save, go get yourself the USARC membership, USARC Florida as well. If you're not a member, your membership means a lot. They're basically the only legislative or lobbying body of group working to keep unjust and undue reptile legislation off of the books nationwide, and they've been doing a ton of work and having a lot of success. So go follow them, go become a member, spend some money with them. It's worth it. And if you like what we're doing here, you want to support what I've got going on, more gecko breeding, more snake breeding, all that good stuff, I do have a Patreon. Patrons get access to Discord, perks, discounts on merch, early access to babies, and kind of the inside scoop of what's going on in a very exclusive, kind of fun, private, community-driven way. So if that sounds interesting to you, just Riley Jimison on patreon.com. Look forward to seeing you join up and have some fun. And yeah, hopefully next time we'll be pulling eggs and hatching eggs all in the same video. So fingers crossed. Look forward to you all in the next one. Thanks for continuing to watch and support. Appreciate you all. See ya.